everybody, Bilbo10000 here, bringing you another episode of the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. We're here at the first warp gate we encountered, not including the underworld, which was the Abyss warp gate, because we are heading to the Abyss. Unlike what people would be expecting, we actually need to head this way. Because it's time for us to get over our fear of falling in, and instead fly across. We want to head across here, and then we want to head down this way. You see down this waterfall? Down this location? There is a nice pool of water, which if we swim through, will take us to a very special location. A location that really we have no business being in, but we're here because, you know, why not? Up we go. We're at the Human Citadel. And the big difference here is because we did good and we have never killed a human, all of the humans here at the Human Citadel will be loyal to us. Now, basically, if you kill any humans at any point that aren't the ones in the Silence Cathedral, these humans will be hostile. But because we didn't do any killing, well, they love us. They think we're like the next bread and butter, which is pretty damn good, I must say. And this place, we kind of need them to love us, because there's a lot of collectibles here that we need to collect. There's a glyph, 3 health power-ups, and 1 eldritch power-up to collect. So that's quite a bit to sort out. We've got 2 eldritch power-ups out of 5 already, and we've got quite a lot of health power-ups, I'll give you that. But we've got a lot more to collect. Cutscene? Cutscene.
The Human Citadel. Its towering walls and deep moats engineered to keep Nosgoth's vampire plague at bay.
Good. There's more the cutscene continues when I land, don't worry.
Though the city was well fortified against vampires, its human architects hadn't considered a breach by a creature such as myself.
But it is perfectly fine because we're good people. We're good people. We're a good person. We're not gonna kill these guys. As long as they don't go near me, I won't go near them. It's very simple. The only humans I've killed are bad humans, and they're the ones from the cathedral. So it's perfectly a-okay. So there's a few things that we can do in this location. First of all, we've got the 3 power-ups, the Eldritch power-up, and the health. Let's head through the double doors. I think I want to get the... I'll get the Water Glyph now. Yeah, I don't mind. We're going to break this. We're going to head to get the Water Glyph and one of the 3 health power-ups. To do so, we simply have to swim through here. Swim past you. We're also going to get attacked by an enemy very soon. There is an enemy in the pool just by the area where we collect the Water Glyph, so we've got to be very careful. I believe it isn't here, but it's when we head down through this pipe, we end up emerging into a small courtyard. And it's kind of gated off from the rest of the world, like it's very well hidden. There's the enemy. But it's okay, we don't need to stay there. We want to head up this way. Because this is where we collect the Water Glyph from, this lovely statue. However, we cannot collect it just yet. We need to head through this door here first. Because there is stuff that we must do in order to unlock the glyph as per every other glyph in the game. And I wonder what it contains. Oh, would you look at that? It's a block puzzle. Who would have guessed? I wouldn't have. Luckily, it's not like a really annoying block puzzle. It's literally just push this block into the water. And then it's push this block this way in the water. It's really easy. It's just push, push, push. Actually, move it back to the right. Push, push again. One more push. And quite simply, there's a little hole in this area that we need to plug up. And the only way we can do so is by pushing the block into the hole. Doing so will raise the water level. Raising the water level, in turn, will allow water to flow through this grate. the water in the grate will then flow onto the statue, unlocking the Water Glyph. So that's already one collectible sorted out in this lovely location. But then there's still 3 health collectibles and an Eldritch power-up to collect. Luckily enough, the rest of the stuff that we need to collect in this place is not nearly as convoluted as it may seem. Well, except the Eldritch power-up, that's a bit annoying. First, let's collect the Water Glyph. Thank you. Come on. With the Water Glyph, we effectively can summon rain against vampires that attack us. It's effective on every form of vampire except the Rahabim, which are the aquatic creatures, because obviously they have an affinity with water, which is annoying, as all hell. Now our job is to head out this way, as this wall over here is scalable. We need to climb up this wall and head down the hallway that it presents. At the end of the hallway, we'll find our next power-up. Now, this is arguably the hardest power-up to obtain in this level, simply because it requires you to have all of the different power-ups, the swimming, force projectile, etc. Luckily, the other... Oh, wait, are we? Or are we? We're right at the beginning. Okay, we need to head back this way. Luckily, the rest of the power-ups are a lot easier to obtain. Quite simply, you can come to this area straight after defeating Melchiah, and you can actually collect a health power-up from here then, but I didn't find it very worthwhile at the time, given that there's no real point to collecting it when you can collect other power-ups and prioritize. Next, we want to head this way. We want to head upwards and to the right. We're going to head after the power-up that you can collect straight after beating Melchiah. So if you want to go to the Human Citadel, you can come here early, head this way, up this room, and you can collect the power-up here from Melchiah's ability to go through gates. At the very end of this room, you can see there is a little moat here. Our job is to turn the moat off. We don't want it on right now. By turning off the water, we can effectively go through the moat and go to the next location. This is also the furthest back in the Human Citadel that you can go. What was irritating about this cutscene is that it doesn't show that the water is drained until the very end, so you just see Raziel crouching there like a bit of a div, and then it's like, oh yeah, and you know, you can move. We want to head down into this room. This is one of the enemies that can actually suck up souls, so be very careful. Now we'd like to use the flame glyph. This is actually going to kill the enemy, and it's kind of fun. Leave him on fire, let him burn, and then suck up the power. It's so fun. Oh my god. Fighting with glyphs is genuinely very entertaining. However, once you have the flame glyph and the last glyph of the game, which we haven't collected yet, it's just a lot easier. There's also the sound glyph that we're going to be collecting in the next episode. And then the 4th Collectathon episode, which will be the one after next episode, is going to be solely dedicated to one specific glyph. Because the final glyph and the strongest glyph of the game has its own dedicated area to it. And it is a very difficult area to traverse for new players. And for me especially, I got stumped on one of the puzzles as well, and it was very annoying. But it's worth it for the glyph. And then after that, we can actually continue the story. But I just love how this game had so many collectibles stashed into it. Because of the game's halted development and the fact that the game couldn't include all of the stuff it wanted to, it ended up effectively having to cut so much content. And I just find it amazing that there's so much content that effectively did make it into the game. I assume we can go through this. Yes. Ah, but there is a wraith in here if we choose to go through here. Okay, I'm fine with that. I like fighting. There we go. With that, we now get more power. We've got our second of 3 health power-ups, which is brilliant. Let's head back through here. If you don't want to fight that wraith, by the way, you can go back into the material realm, flick the switch, and go through there anyway. The switch doesn't do anything else, so it's not like you're missing out on anything. And we can head back through here and just head back to the city. Luckily, there's some decent parkour ledges, so we can climb our way back up. Oh, that was bad, yeah. Now, the last health power-up and the Eldritch power-up we need to collect are in the same spot, right by the warp gate of the Human Citadel. So we're in a good spot at the moment. What? Is something wrong, my friend? Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Because I'm nice, if I can, I want to turn back on the water. If anything, just so that they're all safe and stuff, and, you know, there's no vampires coming in. I'm a nice guy. I don't want to antagonize all these people, although I am so tempted to just stab a few, knowing that I'm not going to be coming back here after this. But then again, I don't really want to cause any enemies. Also, there's some scalable walls here. All they are for is for glyph recharges, so it's nothing special. I don't want to kill any enemies until I've got the Eldritch power-up, because I know the final two humans that guard that power-up have flamethrowers, and I don't want to deal with that. Now we want to head this way. Heading through here will take us to a nice staircase, and this staircase will take us up to the final location in this lovely Human Citadel, the human habitation areas, or the courtyards. Cleverly enough, this area actually has its own built-in waterfall, which I find really cool. It's just a nice sort of extra protection against the vampires, and I think it works. Like, whoever designed this place was genuinely very clever about how to hide and keep people safe from the vampires. Here's our 11th power-up, by the way. 11th, yeah. However, we need 12 health-up power-ups before we're officially done here. Now comes some very risky maneuvers. We need to maneuver our way around these little outcrops. Once we do it enough times, we can head across to there, but we need to go across one more, I feel, before we can... Can we make it over? No, no, please, please, please land. Okay, thank God we landed. Okay. Our main goal, get up here. Because flicking this will open up a chamber for us, which we can go through. So let's head down there to the chamber that just opened up. And I think you have an idea of where this is going. Climb the wall and follow the pathway and we'll be taken to the Eldritch power-up. But we do need to go across here before we can do that. Interestingly enough, they managed to block off all the other terraces on that area so that we would have to use that puzzle. Head down here. And here is the Eldritch power-up, along with 2 flamethrower-wielding humans. So with that, we've got 3 Eldritch power-ups, 11 health-ups, and we have, I believe, 5 glyphs out of the 7, that is correct. So, we're going to head back to the warp gate that I haven't even shown you guys yet. I'll show you the warp gate now, don't worry. It is up here. And effectively, that's the Human Citadel done. So, next we're going to be heading to the Silenced Cathedral again, because that is where all the rest of our stuff is. But we'll be doing that in the next episode. Let's unlock the Human Citadel warp gate, just for maximum completion. There we go. Come on, game. You know you want to. And I guess we can head to where we need to go. We need to head to you. And now it's just a case of waiting until I start up the next episode. So, in the next episode, we're going to be going after the final health power-up, the 4th Eldritch power-up, and the sound glyph, which we can find inside the cathedral. Thank you very much for watching this episode of the Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver. If you're enjoying this series so far, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching on VidMe, feel free to upvote. And I hope you guys enjoy my content, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, guys.